So, what is Akashic Enlightenment in comparison or in coordination with A Course in Miracles? Well, A Course in Miracles is a channeled or scribed text that is in the Christ consciousness frequency, and it is said to be from Jesus. And Akashic Enlightenment would be what is considered the Holy Spirit or the higher guidance that A Course in Miracles is working up to bringing you to. So when you come into this higher frequency or understanding of Christ consciousness, you then move to a place of accepting guidance and living a life from this place. So when I did A Course in Miracles, at the same time that I was doing shamanic journeying, I went through a series of rituals or healings with my spirit teachers in the shamanic journeys, connecting to the frequencies that A Course in Miracles also brings through. Of course, this is also part of each individual's own soul path. It will unfold as it needs to for each independent soul. Everyone is here for their own independent experience, and they are going at their own pace and rate. But what occurs is the chakras within the body will become cleared and activated, as well as the chakras up above the head. The pillar of light, this accesses the Akashic records, this universal knowledge. So Akashic Enlightenment specifically is activating the 12th chakra, which is this unity consciousness, this universal knowledge of all that is, which A Course in Miracles calls the return back home, right? And so Akashic Enlightenment is opening up that pillar to connect to that higher frequencies, those higher knowledges. And in A Course in Miracles, that's referred to as Holy Spirit or following divine guidance. So Akashic Enlightenment is basically bringing that tool to you to use as a daily practice. And there are meditations that you can do that allow you to bring this guidance frequency into the chakras as a resonance knowledge, aligning your body and your subtle bodies to this knowledge, bringing you into a better state of alignment, health, knowing, energy frequency, feeling better, all of the above. And so the meditation allows that energy to come through you as a frequency into the body. And then you can also use Akashic Enlightenment to gain higher knowledge. And this can be as guidance on what to do in certain situations or relationships, or guidance for your general path of where you're going, or general guidance of who you are at a soul level, and understanding this, just increasing your knowledge of who you really are in connection to Source or all that is. So it is a very useful tool for those who do A Course in Miracles. It can be looked at as a tool to do while you're doing the course, or something that you can do after you do A Course in Miracles. But either way, it will enhance your experience. It's best used as a daily practice, or at least weekly, depending on if you are using it for a meditative aspect, which I do provide a meditation that you can download. It is guided, and that is for daily use. Or you can do it daily and ask questions on what is your guidance for the day, what needs to be addressed on your soul level in connection to Source and all that is, that's going to bring you closer to who you truly are and help you maintain that as an understanding as well as an energetic frequency. So moving out of any patterns of fear or patterns that are brought on from society or from your family, and surrendering that to a place of who you truly are. So again, that can be done as a daily practice, which is recommended, or weekly. when one is initially getting used to following or listening to higher divine guidance, divine knowledge, this can take some practice and some awareness to know that your ego mind is not stepping in. So following this guidance using Akashic Enlightenment is just setting your frequency to a frequency that is resonant with like a deep meditation or a deep shamanic journey. Traditionally in shamanic journeying, drumming or rattling is used to put your mind into a theta state. This could also be compared to hypnotherapy. All of these are putting you into a deeper state, allowing your soul, your mind, to connect to universal consciousness. Connecting regularly to this frequency and your 12th chakra, your unity consciousness chakra, and your Akashic records, which are the emotional, energetic database of every thought, action, feeling that your soul has ever had, as well as the Book of Truth, which is all of the universal laws of all that is outside of any human-made laws. And doing the meditation, the daily meditation, bringing you through the different chakras that help source or connect the soul with the physical incarnation that you have chosen at this time. Doing these practices allows these centers to expand and grow in their strength. So bringing in this guidance allows what is called your subtle bodies, the chakra points, the energy centers that are in connection to your soul and your soul path. It allows them to expand. So over time they build. So just as a dedicated monk does meditation to achieve enlightenment or awareness or self-realization, this is allowing one to do that, but in an accelerated frequency that is allowing the energy to come in through accessing this 12th chakra, or the Holy Spirit, the divine guidance of unity consciousness, allowing this to stream in and to shift your chakras. And as you do this, the chakras begin to build and grow, and there is a stage of development that these go through. So it is a process, and it takes time and practice, and how that develops depends on where your soul was at when you came into this incarnation, how much of that you have surrendered to in this lifetime, meaning stepping out of false patterns and ego. And so everybody will unpack or come into awareness at their own pace, right? But this will open up these higher chakras and take you through these stages of self-realization, right? So the chakra starts off as a ball of light, and then it will change into it from a white color to a golden color. And eventually it turns into a little bud. And this bud then flowers into a lotus, right? And this is when it is fully open, fully aware. So it just takes time and practice to be doing this. And again, every soul is on their own path. Practice is what is important here, so that you become aware of who you are connecting to in the guidance that you are receiving. And this takes some time and is part of the initiation process to understand this. So using Akashic Enlightenment allows you to have a safe space to make benevolent connection, as well as if you were to do a shamanic journey to the upper or lower world where the benevolent spirits and power animals are there to assist you. So in Akashic Enlightenment, you are connecting to the beings of light, the lords of the records, ascended masters, such as Ascended Master Jesus, Buddha, Kuan Yin, any of the ascended masters. Angelic beings can also appear there if you have a connection to them, as well as passed on loved ones. Each being represents a frequency. So if a certain being is revealed to you, that is part of knowing that frequency and understanding that. And as time goes on, you may come into a realization of these beings, depending on the work that you're doing. So when I do the group channelings or healing sessions in Akashic Enlightenment and using light language, I can see clairvoyantly which beings are coming in to attune our frequencies at that time. And this can range from Ascended Master Jesus, Mother Mary, Archangel Michael, non-incarnated light beings, the Elohim, and sometimes there are interdimensional beings that will come in, like the Pleiadians or the Arcturians or Aqualorians. So there are many beings that are coming in and assisting us in these frequency adjustments. They're actually all already there. We're just coming into alignment with ourselves, and then in alignment and ability to be able to communicate with them and exchange with them in this unity, universal consciousness. And this is part of the self-realization path is realizing who we are as our soul being, and then all of the other frequencies and other beings of other frequencies are actually there when we are aligned with our true selves and can start to see them or hear them or experience them in a way that is in alignment with our soul and our soul path. When you're in Akashic Enlightenment, none of these beings really show themselves. That's not part of it. What's part of it is just having the connection and receiving the guidance as a stream of consciousness and getting used to placing the ego mind aside to allow the stream of higher divine knowledge to come through you. This can be used also to uproot or see and shed light on that which is not true. So any false patterns that you are living in that are, creating a loop or a cycle of things that are repeating for yourself, these can be shown in Akashic Enlightenment so that you can step out of them, and thus you're realigned to who you are at your soul level or connecting to source, right? And this is the process that we are all going through. And this is the soul's journey. This is what you're here to do. You're here to have these experiences, this soul awakening, so that when you pass from this dimensional space into the next, you can take this soul knowledge with you, right? That is what you do take with you. And so it is important to do this work, especially if you are feeling called to it. And so Akashic Enlightenment is a great tool to be using this as a daily and regular practice to make sure that you are following your highest, truest guidance, and you are working at stepping out of that which is not aligned with your true self, your true soul self, you as you are connected to God and Source. Doing this personal work in Akashic Enlightenment would be equivalent to the lessons that you received initially in A Course in Miracles, which help you detach from false beliefs and realign with the frequency of who you truly are. So this would be stepping into the frequency, but accepting a personal lesson where you ask a question and you receive direct knowledge. And then your frequency is adjusted to that higher knowledge, then making it more clear what is not your true self. And this is what soul or spiritual awakening is, and what the Course is about. Awakening, having self-realization, stepping out of duality, and returning back to source or unity consciousness. Akashic Enlightenment definitely has a connection to those who do A Course in Miracles. So if it is something that you feel drawn to, you can go ahead and check that out. The book is on Amazon. There's a Kindle version as well as a printed version. And then the meditations and MP3 downloads are available on AkashicEnlightenment.com. I also offer personal sessions teaching you how to use Akashic Enlightenment, and I also do Shamanic Akashic record readings in which I go in deeply and find the root causes of the repeating misalignments or to get deeper knowledge. As I said, it does take some practice and time to go in deeply. And it's a practice of stepping more out of your ego mind and into a more pure conduit state where you're allowed to bring in that higher knowledge without having as much backlash. So it does take some time to get used to that. So if you are needing some assisting in getting some clarity or immediate alignment, I offer the personal sessions, the readings. And then if you would like to kind of accelerate your learning practice and you like having somebody assist you with that, I offer one-on-one trainings. I also offer webinars and retreats working in Akashic Enlightenment. So I hope you enjoy your journey. Much love, many blessings, and I look forward to connecting with you if it is aligned. Bye for now.